Well, it's a Sunday afternoon, last Sunday of July, and we've got an extended period of some wet weather here. Starting with today, here's a combination of the cloud and the radar loop, and sometimes this can be kind of confusing to look at because there's a lot of colors on here. So what I'll do is I'll stop the loop after I show you that there's a general trend for the green, that's the rain, to slide towards Springfield. So let me turn the rain off just for a second so you can see the cloud cover that's been rolling in the area. There we go. So we're going to be socked in today with clouds. And then we'll go and turn the radar back on and zoom in a little bit and turn the loop back on. You can see that the leading edge of the rain's had some trouble moving into drier air. But with each successive run of the rain, so to speak, into the area, I think it's becoming a little more successful. And in fact, that stuff out in Kansas will probably survive because each pass just moistens the atmosphere a little bit more and makes it easier for the next one to survive. So if you've got outdoor activities today, it looks like we have averted rain, but eventually it's going to set in. We got Cardinal baseball tonight, and it's just a Sunday. So we'd like it to be at least somewhat clear, but we do have that rain possibility, I think, ramping up just a little bit more toward the afternoon hours and into the evening hours even, I think, for the next, about 12 hours or so, it'll come to a halt, and we'll get more rain coming into the forecast for tomorrow. It's interesting that the rainfall we've had here in July has really picked up. We have had through yesterday 3.68. Of course, a large chunk of that was made up with the 1.51 we had back on the 26th, 2 days ago. And this is valid through yesterday, and anything we've had today has been a trace amount or nothing. So that's our total, and that's ahead. So if nothing changes, we would finish just at normal. But of course, we do have more rain in the forecast, so we should finish with a surplus here in Springfield. As far as the area is concerned, here's the latest from the Missouri Climate Center. University of Missouri plots this every day, updates it. And if it's a green area, it means you're ahead for the last 30 days. And of course, I love to talk about past 30 days, past 90-day periods, instead of just locking yourself into months. Not a very realistic way to look at climate information. So if you just look at the past 30 days, the areas in green have had more than enough rain. Areas in yellow or even darker oranges have had a little bit of a problem. Notice that northwest Arkansas has really made up some ground with rainfall, and that central Missouri is starting to fall behind now. And hopefully, with what I'm about to show you, at least the central Missouri bullseye of dry rain departure is going to be taken care of. Here's the 2-day rain projection from the Weather Prediction Center. And you can see you're reading that right. 4 to 5 inch totals over 2 days from Nevada westward into eastern Kansas. Everything north of I-44 practically is slated in that purple area, which is getting into about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. So that looks really good for those areas and would be a big boost to them. Here's the latest drought monitor. So you can see the areas north and south of Springfield are dry. Now, again, I need to clarify this is data that was through Tuesday morning of last week, published on July 25th. That didn't include rain we got right after that, and I guess the rain that's coming in here the next couple of days will certainly change that. Here's the 500 millibar flow. We have still kind of a flat flow in the atmosphere, and when you see these little red areas, these are upper level disturbances that you hear hear me talk about so much. This one is what's going to spike our rain, I think, Monday night and Tuesday. And then keeping this flat keeps the hot air away, basically. And by the Wednesday time period, we have one more weak little system moving through the Great Lakes in the upper atmosphere, which will provide a very weak wind shift and kind of I wouldn't even call it a cool front, but it might be something to keep our temperatures in check by at least midweek, with I think some evidence of getting back to normal upper 80s or even the 90 or so by the time we approach this coming weekend. So that'll be interesting. Now, Dorian fell apart, but here's the visible loop of that once tropical storm as it eventually will pass north of Puerto Rico there over the next couple of days. Some computer models are latching onto this storm again, and it doesn't look that disorganized to me. In fact, the convection, the bright white dots in there, look pretty healthy. So we'll see what happens with that storm. It's moving more or less to due west. And then we have Flossie, which is a tropical storm that will impact Hawaii tomorrow. Not a real rare occurrence, but certainly interesting for them, passing north of the Big Island the way it looks now, according to the latest projections by the Hurricane Center. Here's the 7-day forecast for Springfield. 70 today, 77 tomorrow, Tuesday 80. We may have to swap temperatures on that. I wonder if Tuesday now might be cooler than Monday. In any event, they're all below normal. We won't get back to those types of readings, I think, until the late part of the week. This is the extended weather report. I'll record another one tomorrow.